everyone. For today's lesson, you're going to need your math journal page 173. And also, if you could grab a piece of paper, it can be any piece of paper that you can find at home. And I have an old magazine, so I'm just going to tear out one page of my magazine. And so we'll start with number 1. Think of the rectangles as sheets of paper. Draw fold lines in shade to show how you found 1/3 of 1/2 and 2/3 of 1/2 while solving Ava's pizza problem. So we'll start with this one. 1/3 of 1/2. So take your piece of paper and fold it in half. Could be either way, the hot dog or hamburger way, horizontally or vertically. After you have it in half, I want you to draw a line like this to show that you have half. Now, to show that we're just using the half, I'm going to highlight that in, and then we're going to fold this half into thirds. So you're going to take and fold it into thirds, and then you can show your thirds like this. And so if we have 1/3 of 1/2, that would be the area here, 1/3 of 1/2. So this would be the area that we're talking about. Now I want you to open up your whole piece of paper, and you'll see that right now you actually have 6 of the squares, 6 rectangles. And so if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this would be 1/6 of the whole. Next, we're going to show 2/3 of a half. So if you fold your piece of paper over again, you have a half. And so again, we're just working with this area. And then if you fold it into thirds again, you have a third, a third, and a third. And so 2/3 would be 1, 2. And so now open up your piece of paper and then draw these lines. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2/3 of a half is 2/6, or equal to, if you divide both those by 2, 1/3. Okay. Fold paper to help you solve this number story. So I'm going to have to get another piece of paper. If you could grab another piece of paper. Tearing this out of a magazine. And we're going to help solve this number story. Carolyn had 1/3 of a liter of water. Okay, so just picture a water bottle. 1/3 of a liter of bottle. She drank 3/4 of the water. What part of the liter did she drink? Think. What is 3/4 of 1/3? Fold and shade paper to show 1/3. Okay, so we'll stop right there for a minute. And we'll do this step. Fold and shade paper 1/3. I'm going to fold my paper into thirds. Kind of fold it towards the middle. And then I'm going to leave it. So my piece of paper looks like this. Fold and shade paper to show 1/3. And so the paper that I'm dealing with right here is 1/3. Let's write 1/3 off to the side. Then fold and double shade it to show 1/4. Okay, so I think that if you have a highlighter or crayons or colored pencils or something, you can shade this like this. Or just take your pencil. 1/3. Then fold and double shade it to show 1/4 of 1/3. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper, which is already folded into a third, and now I'm going to fold it into fourths. So fold it in half. So if you fold that in half, it looks like this. And then we're going to fold it into fourths. You're going to fold that half into another half. You have that. Okay. So now one of my little parts right here is 1/4 of 1/3. So right here, this little section is 1/4 of 1/3. But let's go back to what it says. What is 3/4 of 1/3? So I'm going to have to go back and double shade 3/4. So I'm going to take a, let's see, what highlighter? I think I'll go a little bit darker. 1, 2, 3. It doesn't show up very well. 1, 2, 3. So that is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, which is 3/4. Okay, so this is my answer right here. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to find out that that is 3 of what? And so what I'm going to do is open up my piece of paper, and I want to see how many little squares there are total. So to see my squares total, I'm going to shade in these, draw on these lines, and then you can either count on your paper or you can count with me on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there's my answer. And so there are 12 total. And so 3 out of what becomes 12. And so my answer here, 3/4, 1/4 of 1/3. Okay, so 3/4 would be, fold and share, so 1/3. Oops, I think I was doing two problems at once. This is 3/4, but here it just says 1/4. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to just delete this and delete that. It looks like they just want, for this problem, 1/3 or 1/4. So there, 1/4 of 1/3, right up there, instead of 3 is 1. So 1/12. And I think what I did over here, 3/4 of 1/3. Oops, I mixed up these two problems. I'm not going to redo this recording because I did that already. So 3/4, I'm just going to do my drawing over here. We already did that before, is 3/12. So if you have this as third, divided that into fourths, and 3/4 of 1/3. We said that this was 1/3, so this is what we were talking about here. 3/4 would be 1, 2, 3 of those. And so this section right here shows 3/12. What part of the liter did Carolyn drink? So let's go back to the original problem. 1/3, she drank 3/4 of the water. How much a liter did she drink? 3/4 of 1/3. So the answer is 3/12. Okay, now go to the next page, 174.